which, of course, brings us to your map pool for today. Oh, here, we can just do this. Samoa, Akvalda, Aliseo, New Junk City, and Circuit Royale. We have yet to see Circuit on stream. So I hope we make it to map 5, just because I like seeing new stuff. We haven't seen Circuit Royale yet. Eichenwalde was, like, opening couple weeks, all we saw was Eichenwalde. There was like no other hybrid map in the game. And we finally started to see a little bit of variety over the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 matches. So, depending on who's playing as I Eat Cheese, we're waiting on Reflector Escanor. Oh, I Eat Cheese is Reflect's main? Okay. Heard. No problem. But Escanor, like, that's my concern. Okay. Oh, is Aduma subbing again? Future me is very sorry. I don't know. I feel like I should just leave you all alone. I feel like I won't stream y'all anymore because every time something happens with your roster. Oh. We're into it. We're going to get some Overwatch going, all right? It may not be the starting lineup we were hoping for, but you know what? We're going to have a good time either way. Let's kick it off on map 1, EMEA expert matchup, halfway through season 2. And Overwatch. Y'all gotta get back to me on the music thing, right? It's, I can't tell if it's perfect or if it's awful. Here, I'll pause it.
Capture the
Sorry.
objective.
All right. Oh, I got so distracted. We get a Reinhardt on the battlefield in the Hottie skin. Gotta love it. Mad respect. Oh, no, they're running out. Look at this. Cynthia on the Bastion. This is straight Ode to London Spitfire. No wonder they're running the skin. This is some Sim Bastion teleport strats. And Cynthia looking to melt through everybody. Okay. They're running into the ball cup on the other side from Redline. So I think Redline kind of was a little prepared for this. Oh, but Hat's already jumped onto AOD. I will say they do a pretty good job of kind of matching the high mobility that London Spitfire brings in this composition, able to get around the map and pounce on targets, I mean, fairly efficiently. So far, no casualties. Here from Team Untitled with their ode to London Spitfire. All right, big payday at the back. Ooh. Go ahead in dangerous territories. The rest of the team trying to teleport in with you. Yes, they were maybe a fake teleport there. Hat just rotates back around. Still no kills on the board here for Redline. Oh, that's a Bastion and an Amp Matrix. All right, what do you do with that? Let's go to Cynthia. Pop. Ooh, Cynthia teleported down low. Clever move with mines that were thrown out over the amplification matrix, but IHG's does come up with first blood here in the series. IHG's comes up with another one, Reflect. Going on a bit of a tear here. Is eating a lot more than cheese. Is feasting on some Untitled. Here we go. First fight win here for Redline. And having something like an unexpected roster sub can kind of throw your mental over for the first fight or two. So, no surprise that it's taken Redline a minute to kind of settle in, find their rhythm a little bit, particularly against, I don't know if they've expected to face this or not, but especially against a high mobility Bastion wine comp. One-top barrier now out over the objective. Kitsune rushed right in, and Willis is able to use that to pick up one. Get some Willis pop as they move in, trying to melt through the Sim. The Sim really is the crutch of this entire composition. You get rid of the Sim, and it really takes the legs out from underneath this comp. Late Meteor Strike from Cynthia, as we're going to get a swap. Ooh, okay. Fun. So, Untitled, they aren't just going to try to stubbornly stick onto one thing. They're going to come out with a whole new look and try to skill check you in a completely different way. 65% on the board for Redline. Long rotation around the outside for the entirety of Untitled as they're somewhat successfully flipped the point, but AOD is able to catch Pat in this small room, and now there's no tank left. It's kind of the Mei playing tank and keeping this team in some space. I was about to say, trying to keep them in this fight in the center row, but overwhelming odds favoring Redline as their percentage approaches 90%. Ooh, exit picks here could be disastrous for Untitled. Zupo falls. That's going to be a very low hat. Will go down. EMP might just be the nail in the coffin here. Mine's over the top. Have to cut through some of the shields in Nelio, but with all the players from Redline here, that is not too much of a problem. First round goes over to Redline. Remy Martin, thank you for the follow. Probably a good time to mention I do not have alerts turned on while we are in game. But I do really appreciate all the support. Thank you very much. I was thinking Volcano might be another good place to try to pull out the sim strat, and it looks like Untitled are thinking the same thing, because you really only have 2 paths on Volcano. I mean, you do technically have 3, but Coast is so difficult to actually make use of, right? So you end up with kind of just 2 paths to this objective. Which means, of course, that, with a teleporter, theoretically, the Reinhardt comp should be able to just kind of bounce around to strategic chokes through this point. Early Souza Yos is reflected, is able to get out of there with a swift step. Bit of a convergence in the back will force an immortality field, and it looks like Willis and company are trying to pressure down the back line, but Cynthia's able to land one of those grenades. Oh, they're hoping well, maybe we're hoping for an environmental, doesn't matter. Cynthia comes up with a pair in this fight. First cap over to Untitled. All right, talking about those 2 avenues of approach. Zupo is marking far side. Of course, you're going to keep your Bastioners right in main, and they're playing very far back, forcing the opposition to face as many bullets as possible. Ooh. And then the teleport into the back line. I want to see a teleport shatter. That's on my bingo card right now. Unfortunately for Untitled, I'm Crazy has gone on a bit of a tear as Coach Duma finds 3-piece. Harris G, thank you for the follow. And just a reminder, yes, I'm Crazy is the coach. There's a bit of some sort of issue with Escanor getting connected, so the starting Flux DPS not available here for Redline in this matchup where both teams are 5-2 coming in. This one's a pretty even matchup on paper. But the coach able to make good and find a 3-piece in that last one. Cynthia down low after eating a bio nade from Reflect. Amplification Matrix able to prevent too much follow-up, but now mine's over the top. And pressure continues to mount. Poured in here by Redline. It's going to be the meteor strike. Well, excuse me, that was the artillery strike. Used to get them out of spawn. Teleport with it. But unfortunately, the Brokov is kind of scattered at the moment. Sound barrier in. And there's the shatter. That's going to land onto Willis. Big slam. You're going to push him off the side? No, but that's good enough to get the kill. Sending the wrecking ball back to the junkyard. But AOD and I'm Crazy are still here. Still clapped back. No need for a take when you've got the Sombra and the Tracer able to converge alongside Alba. They get the job done. Maintain control. Oh, thank you, Harris. Ain't my first rodeo. But I do appreciate the kind words. I do appreciate it. All right. We are going to go ahead and get back that swap from Hat and Company. They used a couple of ults in that last fight. Ooh, Cynthia is got an interesting wrinkle into this Junker Queen composition with this Sombra. I don't know if that's directly focused onto the Wrecking Ball, but Aduba is able to come into the back. Coach may not have the mechanics that you expect, but they've got that game sense. They know exactly when to time their approach. And that's what Aduba is bringing to the table here with an early pair of kills. Looking for that third. We'll get it with a little help from some friends. And this is Redline looking to clean up. Take map 1. Can you go ahead and change this to say map 2 at the top of your screen? Disregard that. That's just for next time, but I want to go ahead and get this point on the board. And I don't want to have to go back to that screen twice, because I'm juggling enough things already. Let's watch this play of the game. Oh, wow, we are wasting no time. Oh, that server closed due to unexpected error. Oh, what just happened? There we go. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we are wasting no time getting into map 2. While that's loading, let's quickly take a look at some stats here from our first map. I didn't even get a chance to, like, go back to my face or nothing, right? We are right back into Archibald. Let's look at some stats here from map 1. Redline. I mean, it's really the death call. I mean, no. Yeah, that's pretty one-sided. That's pretty one-sided. I mean, damage is there, right? If you just erase everything else and just look at damage, you might think it was a little closer than it was, but looking at elims and deaths, you can see just how many more team fights Redline was able to win. Staving off both the Reinhardt and the Joker Queen composition. That brings us to this screen, and basically, I could ball it here for map number 2. This was Untitled map pick. If we go back, we saw Blizzard World was banned out, and Kings was banned by Redline. I could ball it picked here by Untitled. Which brings us into this map. Oh! Here, wait, are we getting a jump shot? We get a jump shot? We are getting a jump shot. Oh, I missed it. I know the team name's wrong. I just wanted to go to somebody's pop before I changed them. There we go. Now we should be right as rain. And yeah. I mean, I think the caveat of this comp was highlighted as soon as I put it on Coach Naduma's screen. And it is the Fora, but unfortunately they lose Reflect early in this fight. That's something to keep an eye on, okay? Because a good recognition. Oh, what a boop! That was a cool move from I'm Crazy. The concussion blast was perfect. It scattered everybody, sent Cynthia high up in the air. Before I even get a chance to comment on the vulnerability of bringing an Ana into this composition, Coach Naduma and Willis have already annihilated the entire team. Incident? I'm not sure what that means. My favorite part of that map was that it ended. Ooh, nice bio nade and good teleport to get everybody out of dodge. And this point has completely flipped around. Blue team is on the defense, mind you. Pulse Spot's gonna land and find a pair. Oh no. This, turn your eyes, kids. Avert your eyes. This is an absolute bloodbath. Coach Duma. How's the Barrage? Barrage and Pile Drive is actually a pretty nasty combo. A lot on road is here. I think the Suzu is going to have to be just perfect, or this could result in a quick death. It looks like Hat's trying to take the initiative and take the fight right to him. Really good move. Cynthia finds one. Hat is going to go ahead and pursue. That's AOD down low on Tracer. Ball composition can still work on a 4v5 if they can converge on a single target and try to equal back. But Pat's able to pick up one. The sound barrier is a touch late there from Alba. Still player advantage. I say that just as Delio finds themselves into a mine, and Hat goes ragdoll towards the point. Oh no! It was a player. Oh, nice shot, Zupo. It was a player advantage for Untitled through that entire team fight until it wasn't. They're right at the end. Redline is able to pull it out, and part of it is this composition. The ball tracer composition can work broken and in pieces a lot better than I think any other comp in the game. Reflect coming up with a great opening pick with Zupo's able to trade. Zupo, in fact, is going to clap back with a pair, building up 85% towards that Blizzard. Nelio dropping the question marks in chat. Alba throws in the gap. You gotta, I respect the respect. Greatness recognizing greatness. Okay. It's a split approach. Tracer underneath, the rest of the team up top. Willis goes into the back line to kind of help the whole team converge. That's a nano boost on the Coach Duma, just above the Blizzard. Gets that final direct down, able to find Cynthia. There's a continuing rush here from the other side. Let's get off of that bird's eye pov and down to some Willis pov. Hat's able to pick up one. Thriving in the foxstones of the defense. Ice block used, Hat below half health. Willis with a couple of headshots will finish them off. We're going to batter down these doors into the castle. Willis, what you doing over there, bud? Or reflect, excuse me. That's Willis. Okay. No, Kiriko here for Redline, which means they could be very vulnerable to an EMP Rampage combo. The EMP comes out first. Willis trying to use mines defensively as AOD misses on the stick. A wall beautifully placed, but Zupo ends up stuck in the room with them. And AOD and I'm Crazy deliver on a pair of picks. There's a clap back the other direction as Hack does find at least two with the Rampage, but the sleep has prevented any follow-up on the back of that. Despite Coach Duma getting low, they're bailed out by Reflect in this back line. Let's give me some Reflect pop. I want to see this on a pop-off as this cart is going to round the final corner. Big Bionade lands on to Hat. Willis is going to try to roll in, gets just past the Blizzard with the pile drive, puts some damage down into Zupo, but Dark Lord AOD already fell. Player deficit here for Redline as they soft disengage just around the corner. They're going to use a Nano Barrage thrown down into the hidey hole, and that's going to pick up two. Sound barrier is out, and this is looking like it could be enough to cap. Kitsune Rush, the last bastion of hope here for the defense of Untitled, and Hat doing a good job of staying alive, but finally all guns turn in their direction. The Junker Queen is brought down to size. It's AOD able to translocate out and still 5 strong. Redline are threatening the final doors. Rodius picks up first blood here for this defense, but Willis is thrown down mines. It's Zupo trying to hide on the cart with a piece of health, but they run into a mine. Now the return from Hat on the Malga, but that health pool doesn't last long. Even the cardiac overdrive isn't enough to muscle through. It's just a matter of eating as much clock time as possible here for Untitled as they try to fend off. Now I say that, okay, Cynthia's stayed alive, I think, a lot longer than Redline would have liked. It made him a touch uncomfortable, but only a touch. They end up capping about a 45-second stall there for Untitled to bring that clock down to a $1:43, but still pretty healthy time bank for Redline.
To 3, switching sides. Initiating match.
Ah, okay. Okay, I was just checking a fun little note here. That Coach Duma actually was a DPS player in Contenders, APAC, and Australia. But now Coach manages, but does have the experience to move in and flex, you know, more so than you might expect from a coach. I was going to say, those mechanics are pretty nasty. Like, it was good on the Tracer, but you could tell that there's some far experience here from Aduma. That was some excellent shooting. It was that one direct after the barrage and then turning and finding that direct in that split second. That was a really cool decision. And that explains a lot. That showed a little Contenders experience. All right, moving in. Rotation along the outside here for Redline, and they just got their way directly onto the point. Excuse me, for Untitled. God, this got broken quick. I was following her on that left-hand side. Redline stayed out in the middle around tower. And ended up just kind of forcing Untitled to come to them. Good first fight for the defense, although they did give up a tick. Okay, tip number 2 here. Oh, but Zupo's already down in the back. AOD's on an absolute tear, and Cynthia knew it. Is able to fight him with the cast. At least equalize. Ooh, that was so close. That pick onto elbow could have been it. That would have been the point, I think, right there. Preventing that sound barrier build, giving Nelio a chance to catch up. Unfortunately, they're not quite able to find that last shot. Cynthia eats a pile drive. Oh, and Aduma is there with the direct right on top. And AOD sticks a pulse while that's all happening. This is going to be another 5 win for the defense. Okay, tip number 3. 2 minutes on the clock. What do we got? Continuing rush and a Deadeye. I've actually seen Deadeye work a lot better now that you get that little extra speed boost on the back of it. I don't know how well it's going to work against this team. Continuing rush is used after the manual hack, but look at that. That was a nano barrage in a tiny room. Oh my, that little space just filled with explosions. Somewhere Mr. Torque is smiling. All right, cage fight, Deadeye ready to go. Cage fight EMP, I think could be a nasty combo. If you're, all you gotta do is either catch Reflect or Willis, and I think you're off to a great start here to cap point A. All right, there it is. Sound barrier used in, and I think Redline saw this one coming. Drop sound barrier just in the nick of time, but the Deadeye into the cage is still enough. EMP was indeed invested throughout that as well, and the 3-ult combo will get the cap. And Reflect is here, so Willis can kind of get a little aggressive. Everybody showed up. Untitled, they just sat back. A lot of times you see teams try to push forward and pressure that high ground a little bit, but Untitled is just playing it safe, playing it patient, almost playing a little anti-dive, it looks like, just from their positioning. Not just a little bit. They are very much playing anti-dive here. Okay, they're able to dodge the pulse. Good start, but that's a lot of poke damage from Hat, or onto Hat. I think I was a Duma. It was making life difficult there for Hat. Was taking a lot of damage from all sides. So, how do you close this gap? I think you got to go to high ground, right? Zupo is scouting it out. I think Zupo's trying to figure out. Okay, do we try to push in, or are we playing anti-dive here? Looks like they focus on the ball for the moment. AOD is going to jump down, try to put some pressure. Zupo was able to translocate out. AOD gave chase, but there was too many Untitled players in there. So AOD was forced to recall out. Once again, we're seeing Hat a little bit surrounded. This is something you got to be really careful with. Precarious position just underneath that overhang. He's going to use the overrun to escape said bad spot. Oh, but the barrage is trying to prevent the rotation. The sound barrier is late. Rudius and Zupo fall. I'm crazy with another barrage and another stack of kills in the feed. A little under 2 minutes to go. Lines pulse here for the defense. Okay, good recognition. Redline kind of left the front door a little bit open, and Untitled were able to speed through it. Ooh, pulse. They don't have the Suzu. It was used too early, but traits are there. So he is able to pick up one, getting shot in the back, as Alba's able to go over the top to finish off the Cassidy. And of course, in the chaos, the high mobile dive comp thrives. Oh, and Willis is all the way here in enemy territory. 52 seconds. Ult's coming online. This ult combo of, what was it? Lights out, EMPI, dead fights, something like that. Gonna be Redline pulling the triggers on their ults first. Zupo's not able to make the rotation. Kitsune Rush thrown into the hallway, and Redline doesn't give chase. So they make it up top, but now you're eating a bunch of rockets across the way here from Aduma. Hat dropped back down low. I think looking for a target to use this cage fight. They would love to get 2 in this combo. Nice move from Nelio. Get some early pressure. That was not Nelio's paw, sorry. Get some early pressure onto Aduma up in the sky. Ooh, it's speaking up. Cynthia finds the kill. Okay, Zupo had made a swap on over to an Echo. I don't know if I didn't even see the EMP come out. But there's the cage fight, and Alba's caught in it. Cart finally making its way to the bridge, and you don't have to worry about Lucio booping you off of it for the meantime. You don't have to worry about Willis coming in. Cynthia standing in the back of the bridge, trying to keep the wrecking ball at bay. Bionade over the top. Oh, the pile drive doesn't make it back on. Nelio gets the boop onto the wrecking ball. Oh, and that is just what Untitled needed. That was the saving grace. The slam onto AOD should solidify this point. And oh my, Nelio is the hero of Untitled right now. And our GGs, thank you for the follow. All right, 75 seconds to work with. Already time bank less than that of Redline, but Untitled do have a chance to at least force, I mean, extra innings if they can be perfect here, at the least a draw. First things first, you got to round this corner. Well, let's make it a swap over to an Orisa to prevent that. No, damn cool skin, might I add. Sound barrier engaged, coming in from Untitled. Moving up top, Zupo gets punished by the Autos. Once again, I missed the Aduma barrage. 3 picked up this time from the Flying Egyptian. Coach Aduma showing their class here in the flex DPS role. 30 seconds on the clock. 1 ult online, 2 coming up soon. Sound barrier available for Alba. It was a sound barrier engage. Yep, gonna kick this one off here for Redline. Deep into the back. It's gonna be a duplicate to try to fend it off. And Aduma's able to pick up 1. Alba finds another. And this is looking like a scattered attack with 5 seconds to go. Kitsune Rush thrown in, but Zupo is cut down. Overtime initiated by a hat, but they are surrounded. Ruidus tries to move in, but it is a solo EMP. Put the exclamation point on map 2. Redline will hold the line and move up to match point.
Play of the game. You better justice reigns from above.
Oh, there we go. Ah! I'm late. I'm late. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Once again, we saw Untitled try to start on the lag. All right, so with that, let's take a look at our... Hey, refresh. Give me your map 2. What? That's map... It's like total. Wait, the hell? Why is it giving me total? That's bizarre. This is new. It usually says like round 1, round 2, round 3. Okay. Well, shoot. So with that, let's just focus on that amazing kill from Nelio onto Willis. That was the highlight of map 2 for me. So I really just want to highlight these deaths for Willis. Because granted, it's about quality over quantity when it comes to Willis deaths. All right, y'all. That's what we're looking at, and that was a quality death. That was a quality death. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Initiating match.
Okay. Let's see. What do we get? Let's go look at our bans. So it was Redline's pick here for push. Runasapi banned out by Untitled, which brings us to map 3 in Coliseum. Has easily been the most played map. And in fact, to the point that teams are so confident nobody's going to pick New Queen Street, which actually backfired yesterday. A team did pick New Queen Street, but that is the one and only time I've seen it happen. We're seeing very commonly Runasapi and Coliseum, one or the other are banned out and the other one's picked. Because it seems to me like nobody wants to play New Queen Street right now. Again, there was a ball team yesterday that picked New Queen Street and won on it. So there was that opportunity here for Redline. Oops. And once again, they did swap sides. Here, let's go to some Willis Pop while I go change sides. Recommend composition out from Hat and Untitled. They're not even going to try with the London Spitfire teleport comp. They're just going to go straight to the Junker Queen. And Zupo on this Echo once again. I think this was a good swap for Zuko. For Zupo. Oh, sorry. You are not from Avatar Last Airbender. But I thought this was a good swap for Zupo about halfway through Akinvalda. See if they're able to counter Coach Duma. Coach Duma was going absolutely ham. And I promise I won't miss your barrages this time. I swear I'm going to get one barrage on stream here before this match is over. Nice boop from Willis. But it's actually Hat who draws first blood here on this map. Took about a minute for it to happen. Not for lack of trying. I mean, these teams were engaging. It wasn't that classic, let's all hide for 2 minutes. You know, it's just kind of two broken engagements going on. Oh, but the clapback, there is that Pharah that's been giving Untitled so many problems. That is 2 directs in a row landing, but here comes the cavalry, chopping the wings off of Coach Duma, but it costs them Nelio in the process. These broken fights have more often than not gone in Redline's favor, and this fight will be no different. When you get into those broken 3v3 situations, I think Redline's come out on top of every single time. Oh, the Suzu, is it going to be enough? Oh, it is enough. Rudius comes through with a big save here to keep this going and ensure a quality engage here for this second attack. Almost got, yeah, there you go. Gets cut down. Great Gracie out of Hat. Kick off this next fight. Lands that one too. What an exceptional pair of kills. Follows up, lands the Carnage. Forces a self-bio nade. That's Darkblood cut down. Give me another one. Let's go, Hat. Woo! All right. Hat is just breathing some life here into this Untitled squad, as they now have the lead in their sights. But we do have the Nano alongside the barrage. My finger is ready. All right, we're ready for it. Give me the Nano. Yeah, you know you want to. Oduma's ready for it. Boom! On kill! Told you I'd get one. But, you know what? It's a duplicate Diva. Smart move from Zupo. It wasn't in time to save Hat, I'm afraid, though. And the damage might have already been done. The idea was there, but it's a split second too late. It's the self-destruct. Going to be the saving grace. Reflexible to get around the corner. Sound barrier in from Redline is going to bolster them into a 3-fight kills, a 3-kill fight win, whatever I'm trying to say. Willis got the job done. It's still a really smart move from Zupo. Like, I gotta respect the attempt to dupe the Diva and get the defense matrix up. That would have been just like another insta-team wipe. Unfortunately, it just wasn't quite quick enough to save Nelio. God, it was smart, though. I would have loved to have seen a play like that rewarded. And a little tip of the hat to you, Zupo. Speaking of, Hat does have an ultimate online and ready to go. I know. That was just low-hanging fruit on the segue. Shout you, and there's the engage onto Alba. Really good follow-up that Gracie didn't quite land. The jacket blade slightly off the mark, but still has to be able to turn around and find a pick onto AOD. Aduma. Aduma just in a quick little trade with Zupo. Importantly, the checkpoint was not gained. Ooh. AOD just had that jagged blade just whiz by their head. That was almost the luckiest jagged blade I've ever seen. Because they were not aiming for AOD at all. AOD just turned the corner invisible, and that knife flew by. EMP finds 4 and 2 kills immediately on the back of it. Well, tried to get some AOD Pov here. Let's get some. There you go. Aduma Pov instead finds a sleeping Zupo in a fight win. This could be the checkpoint right here. All right, let's keep an eye on this race. It's a race to get TS1 over the line before the team can get back. All right, Neely was able to rush in. I guess with the Junker Queen, you got Shout and Lucio Speed. Get back with no problem. Land the Rampage, land the Axe. Player advantage here for Untitled, especially with the Kitsune rush down in the mix. They're able to pick up a DMAC, but this is a little more even than it might have thought. Good tenacity here out of Willis and company, and they're able to weather that Kitsune rush. Willis back in mech, turns around and gets a pick on to Neelio. Just 3% away from Sound Bearer. Disastrous turn is slowly but surely. Looks like Hat is getting whittled down. Willis is going to turn attention to the high ground, try to block a little bit of the healing coming out from Rudius that was up there. Whoop. Still those fights going on. Reflect able to win their fight in the back. Now turn around and try to save AOD. AOD just scampered around, gets back in the fight to get a kill, and lands the virus as well. Coupled with a little melee, that should be enough. Ooh, nice shooting. Look at that was some excellent tracking. Like all of those shots landed on Zupo, and now you're just hiding behind the car. Bot is right there. This is going to be a nice little pincer. Manual hack on a Zupo. They get the fight up, but they fall like a stone out of the sky. Don't stop until they land in spawn. Shout yes, but hack is there. They can't get any value of it. Untitled are backing away, trying to find some safety, but there's just no reprieve. It's a sound barrier in from Neelio. Only 3 people there to take advantage of it, and eventually overwhelming damage comes through as Redline win themselves another team fight, guaranteeing a checkpoint close spawns. Barrage ready to go. Nano is in. There is the duplicate once again. Now, you can tell this is not a fluke. That is a set play. And Aduma not able to pull the trigger on that barrage. Holds it for another day. So Zupo's able to keep that in bay for the moment. Here comes all 5 players. Loop it around. NP out from Cynthia. And she's able to follow up and immediately get a kill on the back of it. Up over the top. Zupo was hunting for 1. Cynthia Pom helps out with another kill. Let's go back to Zupo. They melt down, reflect in the corner. Alba coming in trying to find revenge. They'll be lucky to get out alive. See you later. Untitled have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to find an answer. They got control of the bot. Now what? Now can they get the checkpoint? They got to win another one. They need that fight win sooner than later. What you got to work with? You got Rampage as well as a Rush. Let's see, the Rush easily can be countered by a self-destruct or perhaps an EMP. This is going to take very judicious use of ultimates here from Untitled. Give me a sound barrier into the Rush to start things off. Hat throws down the Rampage, but the EMP is going to hit 4 on the back of it. It was used to counter the Junker Queen ult. Still, trades are in. Zupo backing around the corner to avoid self-destruct. Aduma's already out of this fight. All 4 ults have been invested here, and Zupo comes in over the top to pick up a kill. Does fall as Wills immediately strikes back. Hat trying to hold the line at the stairs in this really important 3v3. Trying to get some space. Redline buying time for reinforcements. Willis thinks they've got a vulnerable Ruinous, and they do! They're able to pick the Curie out of the back! No, that's the one player you had to keep alive if you were Untitled. And trades continue to go in Redline's favor. 75 seconds remain. They're going to try to drop down. Yeah, they want to drop down to prevent the close spawns. And they know it. Redline knows it. So you hide in the cubby. Shout, Carnage, into the back, trying to pick up as many squishies as possible. Countering with a Kitsune Rush. Sound Barrier in from Untitled with a duplicate. They want to hold. Still, somebody's preventing the cart from going anywhere. It was Willis with point presence. And it's a Duma coming up with the kills. Swapping over to an Echo. Zupo! Zupo! No way! Zupo might have just saved this with a duplicate remake. Rudius is able to pick up a kill on the back of that as well, preventing the remake. Owen has managed to track a Duma up to the top. Excuse me, that's AOD on that Sombra. Rudius with 2 health. Swift steps away. Nelio picks up the kill. Guessing AOD was trying to hide. Yep, carry one. Carry was literally 2 health. Was literally 2 health. Now has a Kitsune Rush and is right here with the rest of the team. That was an EMP out. Oh, that was gorgeous. Wow, I didn't even see the icons pop up at the top left. They were just immediately grayed out. As overtime hits, Untitled, they're gonna get this checkpoint. They're gonna get close spawns. No, Willis drops down. Oh, okay, I was gonna say you can't sacrifice the mech for that. That's the W right there. You see that line, y'all? That's the W. Bunch of ults. But total level 1 in a big old fight are down. Not this time. They're not going to come back on this one. Everything in the kitchen sink thrown in here from Redline to prevent a last-second heroic cap from Untitled. Oh, my goodness. They're able to win 2 in a row, but not the third. GG's down the board. It's a 3-0 dub for Redline. Redline will move up to 6-2 on the season. And this is the overtime fight. Good stuff. Let's go get that 3rd point on the board. Boom. Redline emerged victorious. I mentioned at the top of the stream that this was the kind of test that Redline really needed to pass with flying colors. This is one of those where, you know, they're threatening for the top. Redline's telling me they have what it takes to win the division. This was the match they needed to prove that, you know, that some of these teams, like some of these playoff hopefuls, Untitled is definitely a playoff hopeful. You can't be fumbling against a team like that if you're expecting to go out just #1, like you are. If you want to beat the team to beat, you want to be the team to take down Al-Qadisiyah and Final Offer and some of these other, you know, top squads. You needed to come out and ace this match today. Redline, they, in fact, I mean, just a flawless test. They certainly aced it. A+, 100 on the board. Let's see, what did... Oh, my scoreboard is just a little janky today. Okay, the scoreboard's not accurate, I don't think. I can show it to you. This may be for map 3? Question mark? I'll let y'all make your own judgments. I don't think it is. It may be. Previously, the scoreboard was... I think the scoreboard's just a little broken today. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But, GG's all around. I gotta give player of the match to the coach. Coach Duma comes in. Obviously, your coach isn't warming up with you, right? Like, your coach comes in, has to fill last second for your flex DPS role, comes in on the Farah and puts up an outstanding performance. I missed the majority of your exceptional barrages, and I wholeheartedly apologize for that. But you gotta get player of the match. You gotta get player of the match, Coach Duma. You got to. I mean, summoned last time we saw in the flex support role, now coming in and playing flex DPS for your squad here today. This time it results in a 3-0, and you threw a major wrench into what Untitled wanted to do. I think the the Pharah really forced Untitled off of the Reinhardt composition, which they really wanted to play, and onto the Junker Queen composition, which I think was their fallback. Just given what we saw today from this small sample size, the Pharah threw a giant wrench into that plan. So there you go. Outstanding performance all around. I mean, again, I don't put too much weight in players of the match, whatever's awards, because it's such a team game. It's all based on how much space you're given to pop off as a DPS. Willis certainly outstanding on the wrecking ball. So another feather in the cap, and you know, I'm just gonna keep expanding the notes I have here for Redline. Y'all can play a variety of things at a top level. So congrats on the dub. Tonight's match, I'm gonna go down to NA for another expert match. This is 2 undefeated teams in NA expert. Here, let's pull this one up. With Shroom Squad, your #1 rated team in NA expert, taking on Yum Yum Yum, who have already punched above their weight class. Both of these teams are sitting at 7-0, I believe, right now. So yeah, this should be a good one tonight. That'll be at 9 o'clock Eastern. If any of my EU friends are still up and around. Let's see. Tomorrow, this match got moved. So I was going to do EXO versus New Age tomorrow. Both of these 2 teams are sitting undefeated. At least when I scheduled this match, they were. But this one got rescheduled for next week. So I'll pick up a different match. I'll have to go find something sometime today. I'll go find another match to do for you guys tomorrow. But as of right now, my EMEA match for tomorrow got rescheduled for next week. I am going to stay on this because this should be a fantastic match. So we will stick on this, and we will see this one next week, next Wednesday. Then tomorrow night, going back down for some NA Master matchup between Kaizen and Green Fortnite. A couple of teams that we have not seen on stream before. Just looking to get some more players on stream, and want to get as many different, a look at as many different teams as humanly possible. I'll spit this out eventually. Anyway, all right, that's going to do it for me here today, friends. Thank you all so much. Really appreciate all the support. Really appreciate all of the follows and all that. It means the world, keeps me going. Yeah, that's all I got for you. I'll see you later on tonight for some NA. All right, bye, friends.